Cold didn't just make World War II miserable, it killed. Before a bullet ever flew, the ground itself tried to finish the job. Soldiers learned fast that sleep wasn't rest, it was survival. Get it wrong, and frostbite, trench foot, or hypothermia crept in quietly. Get it right, and you woke up ready to fight another day. These weren't comfort tricks. These were battlefield-tested hacks forged in mud, snow, and desperation. Let's get straight into it. Why the ground was the real enemy. Frozen earth drains heat faster than open air. Many soldiers learned the hard way that lying directly on soil, snow, or concrete could sap body warmth in minutes. Heat transfer was relentless. Even the toughest winter uniform failed if the ground won the heat battle underneath. So the first rule became simple. Never sleep on the ground, ever. Using anything to break contact with the earth, soldiers scavenged like survivalists. Wooden doors, ammo crates, tree branches, even flattened ration boxes. Anything that lifted the body even a few inches made a massive difference. Air gaps slowed heat loss. In forest zones, pine boughs were gold. Thick layers created insulation and cushioning in one move. If it stopped the ground touching skin, it mattered. The power of layered sleep systems. One blanket wasn't enough. Soldiers layered everything. Greatcoats went underneath instead of on top. Spare shirts became padding. Trousers doubled as leg insulation. Even torn fabric was stacked. The idea was to trap warm air, not just cover skin. Those who learned this early slept warmer than those with better issued gear, but poor layering sense. Sleeping dressed, but not strangled. Stripping down felt logical, but it was deadly. Soldiers slept fully clothed, yet loosened belts, boots, and tight straps. Restricted blood flow meant cold fingers and toes by morning. Boots were often loosened or removed and tucked inside coats to prevent freezing solid. Smart soldiers balanced warmth with circulation. That balance saved toes. Sharing body heat without losing dignity. This wasn't romance, it was math. Two bodies produced more heat than one. Soldiers slept back to back or side by side, especially in foxholes. It cut heat loss dramatically. Pride disappeared fast when the cold set in. Many later admitted shared warmth mattered more than extra blankets. Digging down instead of building up. In brutal cold, digging shallow sleeping pits worked better than raised shelters. Earth, even frozen, blocked wind. Soldiers scraped out narrow spaces just large enough to lie in. Less exposed surface meant less heat loss. Overhead cover with tarps, branches or ponchos turned pits into heat traps. Primitive, but devastatingly effective. Using fire without being seen or burned, well, that was a real trick. Open fires were dangerous, no question about it. Smoke and glow could give your position away in a heartbeat. So instead, soldiers would warm stones near fires, then carry those stones into their sleeping areas. Wrapped in cloth, these stones would radiate heat for hours, you know? Some units heated metal mess tins filled with water and tucked them near their feet. That was controlled heat. No flames, no risk of being spotted, no detection. Eating fat before sleep. Now that was science learned the hard way, by hunger. Fat burned slower than sugar, and soldiers who saved a bit of meat, butter, or even grease for their night meals, well, they slept a whole lot warmer. The body needed fuel to generate heat. Simple as that. Going to sleep hungry meant waking up cold, if you even woke up at all. Veterans later swore that a fatty ration before sleep mattered just as much as any blanket you could find. Keeping moisture out at all costs, that was the rule. Wetness was a silent killer, believe me. Sweat would freeze, and even your own breath could dampen your blankets. Soldiers learned to vent their layers before overheating, even in freezing weather. Dry socks were sacred. Many would sleep with socks inside their coats during the day, drying them out with body heat. Dry meant warm. Wet, well, that meant danger. Positioning the body like a heat machine. Well, that was something we had to learn. Curling into a tight position wasn't instinct, you know. It was learned, out there in the cold. Knees pulled up, arms crossed, chin tucked in. This simple shape reduced the exposed surface area and trapped what little warmth we had right around the core. Soldiers who sprawled out, well, they woke up shivering. But those who curled up slept longer and deeper. Funny how small adjustments made such massive differences. Why did exhaustion make these hacks so essential? After long marches, the lack of sleep just destroyed reaction times and morale, plain and simple. Commanders started to notice. Units that slept better, they fought better. Cold-induced fatigue slowed everything right down. These hacks weren't just comfort tricks, not at all. They were performance multipliers. A rested soldier, he could think, but a frozen one, he just couldn't. You know, the lessons modern survival experts still respect today? Well, today's cold weather survival manuals, they echo these same principles: insulation, layering, dryness, fuel, and heat management. The battlefield just forced us soldiers to learn them faster and under a lot more pressure. Sure, modern gear may be better, but the physics hasn't changed. Cold still kills, quietly and without warning. These sleeping hacks, they didn't make winter easy. They just made it survivable. We weren't chasing comfort out there. We were chasing morning. Every night survived was another chance to go home. So, if you found this valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Life in Wartime World War II. Share this video with someone who loves real history. And, you know, stay with us as we uncover the hidden realities that textbooks just never talk about.